Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Sweet Fuse. Yeah, our second episode, so we haven't gotten very far. In the first episode, we got introduced to the guys, and we're about to learn about the attractions in the theme park that we need to conquer in order to rescue the hostages and save the theme park. So let's get introduced to those. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Before the opening, my uncle had told me that the park was divided into 7 different themed areas. Each area had a main attraction that represented the theme. Uh-oh. Okay, it's not... I don't control that. I glanced around as I walked, trying to compare what I was seeing to what I remembered about the park's layout. No one spoke, and our footsteps were heavy and slow. Everyone's mind was on what the pig had told us. Whatever. Right now I need to concentrate on figuring out how to beat these games. I was glaring so hard at the back of the piglet's head that I didn't hear Shido start talking.
Clear is that, unless we can complete this game, the hostages are done for. The pig already said that, bro. I got it the first time. Yeah, but I doubt the wild beast told us the whole story. We need facts, details, and we need to know the park.
Well, I know a little about it. I explained to them what I'd been thinking earlier. So the main attraction in the RPG part of the park is probably...
Samurai Fantasy 7.
Ah, so we have a gamer here.
Oh, so you know about all this then? No, not really. I just happen to know that one thing, alright?
Well, don't be embarrassed. Everybody likes video games these days. It doesn't make you a nerd or uncool. It seems like kind of a weird response, but whatever. Shido frowned at Mitarashi and then turned to me. Yes?
So, do you just happen to know these things too?
What? No, well, I'm related to someone who works for the park.
Is that so, then? Perhaps they were in the enclosure we saw earlier.
Yeah, they were.
Interesting. That makes sense. You stuck your neck out because your family was in trouble, even though you were a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, please accept my condolences.
What, have you divined their future when my uncle dies? Urabe squeezed my hand reassuringly and gave me a somber bow. Maybe I should have mentioned my uncle earlier. Then they might have been more willing to help me. I thanked him and let go of his hand.
Cute. Better get moving. We're heading for that Phantasmagoria, right? It's called Samurai Fantasy. In the game, a party of adventurers set out for Edo Palace. The castle and country have been taken over by narration, and the adventurers have to stop them. Oh, look at you, Encyclopedia Meoshi. You're some kind of game freak. Yeah, I like games. I heard they were going to be giving out exclusive DLC at the opening today. That's the only reason I came.
Oh, so that's why he knows about it. Mitarashi frowned. Why would anybody come here unless they were game fans?
Huh? What the heck's DLC?
Are you kidding me?
It means downloadable content. Alright, fascinating. I think we've all got the basics here. Well, the question we ought to be asking, the question right in front of us is, what sort of devious puzzles did this pig make? Yes, he's quite a villain. I imagine there will be traps and the like we won't expect. Exactly.
Shirabe sighed and shifted the cigarette in his... Wait, that's not a cigarette. It's a snack? Is that Pocky? I thought it was a cigarette too, but it's Pocky. So he likes sweets. Huh. I never would have guessed. I totally thought it was a cigarette. For some reason, I found my eyes drawn to it. It was almost hypnotic.
Well, no point in sitting around then.
Yeah. If all of this hadn't happened, what would Samurai Fantasy 7 have been like? I felt sad. I had a feeling Uncle Keiji did too. Unless he set this all up. Maybe it's all part of the plan. It's Samurai Fantasy VII. The gate looked like one from a European castle, but the towers that rose up behind it looked Japanese. It could have come across as cheesy and contrived, but I thought it was a nice touch. Except for the big logo on the front.
It's just like the game.
Really?
Yeah.
What, I didn't play it?
Yeah, that's great, but check this out.
Huh? I turned to look.
A statue of Count Hogstein.
It was just like the statue we'd seen in the plaza. Well, he has like a million statues of himself everywhere.
How many of you think he'll talk to us through their screens again? Show of hands. It does seem likely.
I don't want to do this. I want to go home. Don't whine. Just as Wakasa began to moan, Count Hogstein appeared on the screen.
Welcome everyone to the world of Samurai Fantasy VII! Now you must enter Edo Palace to defeat the evil Narration, who controls the country of Edo!
I love Narration. He is such a cool character in Legends, and I won't talk about him because it would take a little too long to deviate. But look him up, he's a really cool character.
As you have already been informed, this quest will put your life in danger. Oink oink.
His disgusting voice echoed through the empty air. Oh, don't cry. You're such a baby. Wakasa had covered his ears and shut his eyes tight. Just looking at him made me feel a little helpless and scared. I volunteered for this. I have to face the consequences. Shido gave me a small nod.
I understand how you feel, young man, but we don't have a choice here. Stand up. Even this young lady is doing her best to be brave.
He slowly stood back up, but his face was pale, and he looked ready to collapse at any moment. Maybe he should stay out here. I don't remember there being a rule about all 7 of us having to go into the attraction.
Yeah, he's just gonna get in our way if he keeps freaking out all the time. Agreed. He'll only lower morale. Probably not smart to put all our eggs in one basket either. Rather not be dismissal about this. But if we blow this game, he'll save the hostages. Then we'd only need, what, like, 1 or 2 of us to actually go in there, right?
Then, I'll just... But before he could even finish his sentence, Hogstein's voice rang out again.
Well, everybody's got to participate in the game, of course. Where's the fun if it blows up and some of you aren't in it? Unless the 7 of you work together, you'll never be able to finish it.
There was something about what he'd said that triggered new feelings of apprehension. I glanced over at the others to see them staring silently at the screen.
And that's it then. We all go together.
All right, I'm going. Hogstein nodded sanctimoniously.
Now then, please follow my piglet here into the castle. Oink.
God, these piglets. Why don't they just call them mimes? They totally act like mimes. Piglet mimes. The person in black turned to us and gestured.
This way.
Huh? It seems like he's trying to say something. He's beckoning.
I get the feeling he wants us to follow him.
The piglet nodded earnestly.
Little creep can't talk. That doesn't matter. Let's move, men.
Shido strode off toward the castle without waiting for the rest of us to follow. I trotted along behind, and the others slowly followed suit. As we got close, the castle's gates began to grind open.
Hey, what are we gonna have to do in there?
The piglet's not going to answer. They don't talk. What the heck is he doing? It didn't speak, just twitched around like a worm in a frying pan.
I got no idea what the little bastard's trying to say. You think all of them are like this?
I'm not sure. All the ones we've seen so far. Was it possible Count Hogstein had forbidden them from talking?
Do all of you have watches?
We all nodded, and each held up a watch or a cell phone, anything with a time on it.
Look at the time. Right now it's noon on the dot.
And we've got 7 hours left. We must endeavor to keep that time limit in mind.
Right. I need all of you to be alert.
Will do. After all, if we didn't stay alert, in 7 hours we'd be dead. We walked through the castle gate and up to the castle. Up close, the towers looked even taller. The piglet gestured for us to go in. Inside was a long hallway that looked like a set from a period movie. I could just see a room at the end of it.
I suspect that is our destination.
Yeah, I think you're right. We moved down the hallway slowly, carefully, until we reached the door at the end and stepped into the room.
My, this is certainly extravagant.
Just like the outside of the castle, the interior was an odd mix of East and West. This particular room seemed to have a stronger European influence. In the center was a statue of a creepy-looking animal. A lion, maybe? A griffin without wings? It's got a beak, it's no lion. There was a large device with several panels next to the statue. Each panel had a silhouette of a person on it. The doors to the left and right had chains bolted across them. Obviously, we weren't going out that way anytime soon. This room is creepy. I sure hope we're not going to get locked in here or something. I spoke too soon. No sooner were the words out of my mouth than the door swung shut behind us.
Damn it, it's locked. You just had to say it, didn't you?
Yep, just like I said this morning. Hope nothing goes wrong today.
What are we going to do? We're trapped, you guys.
Stop crying. Wipe those tears away. I meant it as a joke, but suddenly being trapped in the room with that statue didn't seem so funny. Still, standing around worrying about it was only going to waste time. If we want to get out of here, then we're going to have to solve this puzzle. Every bit of time was precious. I started to look around the room.
Hey, don't do anything rash. We need to think about this carefully.
Yeah, and then we'll still be thinking carefully when the whole place goes boom.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I won't touch anything. I guess you don't get to be a police detective without being methodical. We do need to be cautious, but Mitarashi's right too. If we don't move quickly, we're going to be in bad shape. I started moving around the room, examining things, and before long the others started to do the same. That statue and the panels next to it both seemed pretty suspicious. I mumbled to myself and walked toward the statue. Then suddenly, I heard a mechanical voice begin to speak.
Awaken to your destiny and slay the demon Nue. Fail to slay the Nue and die by its poison. Huh. Like that was some kind of hint. Nue,
What's a Nue?
They probably mean that statue.
He raised a hand to point at the thing in the center of the room. Oh, so a Nue is an animal? I thought it was a lion or something at first, but as I looked closer, I could see that wasn't even close.
Ah, yes, the Nue, a Japanese creature of myth and legend.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
So, why the hell's it here?
'Cause it's part of the puzzle. With all our eyes on the Nue, something that looked sort of like smoke began to spill out of its mouth. No, you gotta cover your mouths. It's gotta be poison or sleep gas, whatever. What? What the heck is this? Don't breathe it in.
Get away from there.
His voice was slightly muffled by the handkerchief he suddenly pressed over his mouth and nose. The rest of us all clasped whatever we had to our own faces. At least he had the presence of mind to do it quickly.
Oh no! Is this poison gas? I'm afraid it probably is.
By now, the stuff pouring out of its mouth was purple. Clearly it wasn't ordinary smoke. Smoke would have risen up, but this was slowly spreading out over the floor.
Fail to slay the Nue and die by its poison. Guess we figured out that part of the riddle.
Ayumu frowned and rubbed his hand across his rough beard.
Whatever happens, we can't just start running around. There's no place for this gas to go. If we move it too much, we might end up spreading it.
Then,
what the hell are we going to do? We're going to die if it fills this room up. Don't shout. We need to keep the air still. The calmer it is, the longer that gas stays on the floor.
I hate this kid. Let's just calm down. We've still got plenty of time before the gas... we've got plenty of time.
The little lady's right. If we can solve this puzzle, we should be home free.
Freaking out's just gonna waste the air we got. Chill out.
We're all looking at you, Wakasa.
Chill out. How are you so calm?
Shut up! Wakasa, no! Oh, come on. He shot across the room to the door we'd come in through and began to furiously twist the handle. It's locked.
Didn't you hear what I said? We have to keep the air calm. I don't care. There's gotta be someone outside, right? Hey, open this door. Open up!
He had gone into a state of total panic, frantically pulling on a door that clearly wasn't going to open.
Were you even listening, little twerp? He said we're going to run out of air if you do that.
Somebody knock him out, please. Wait! I gestured desperately to Mitsurashi to calm down, and walked as slowly and carefully as I could over to Wakasa. Hey, Wakasa, listen to me. We didn't have any time to waste, but I couldn't just leave him in a panic either. You have to calm down. We can get out of here. We just have to solve the puzzle.
She's right. Everything's going to be fine.
When did he... As I was wondering how he'd move so quietly, Shido reached out to take hold of Wakasa's arm.
Really?
Urabe spoke up.
Look at the gas. It's coming out very slowly. We have plenty of time left before it becomes dangerous. There is no need to be rash.
I saw his hand loosen and slide off the doorknob. Shido was awfully reassuring. Then again, he was a police officer, and of all the people there, he seemed the most reliable. When he said things would be all right, you believed him. And that's why I'm going after him. Not to mention he's pretty hot. And Urabe made a good point too. Slowly and carefully, we made our way back to the statue. The thing that voice said earlier sounded like a hint. Do any of you know what it might mean?
Awaken to your destiny and slay the demon Nue. Fail to slay the Nue and die by its poison. The later part appears to be fairly straightforward. Perhaps we should concentrate on the line which says, awaken to your destiny.
Well, should we look at that board there with the people on it, maybe?
Maybe, but we still don't know squat about this room. We need to look around some more.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, so why don't we split up?
Fine. How are we going to split up then?
Let me think. How do we want to split up? We are going to split up as, let's see, Shido, Wakasa, and Meyoshi. How about me, Shido, Wakasa, and Meyoshi look at all those panels?
Sounds fine, but why are you making the decision?
'Cause nobody else did?
And why did you choose these groups?
Randomly? Huh? What, are they bad?
No, this is fine.
Who cares? Why are we thinking about who's doing what? We don't have time for that.
Then let's get going. And with that, we split up. Shido, Wakasa, Meyoshi, and I headed toward the panels.
What do you think these silhouettes are supposed to represent? They look like fighters of some kind.
I took a closer look at the panels. I see an archer and somebody meditating. Each one had a human-looking silhouette. One panel was lit up. Yeah, they look like people. One of them has a sword. This one has a bow. Meyoshi suddenly spoke up.
There are names under each one.
How did you miss that?
Oh, hey, you're right. This is, warrior, monk, mage? So I guess they're not all fighters.
Right. I wouldn't really call a mage a fighter. I was trying to figure out what it meant when Meyoshi spoke.
I think they're classes.
Duh. Classes? Wakasa piped up. Have none of these people played video games but him? Oh, you mean like in RPGs? Yeah. Right, of course. I get it now. I punched my hand in victory. The panels had to be for character classes, just like you'd said. But only one of them's lit up. Yeah, the monk one. Why only that one? There had to be some sort of meaning to it.
You, Mayoshi, you know a lot about the game this attraction was based on, right? Yeah, I beat it once. Give me a summary of it quickly. The protagonist is a warrior who goes on an adventure and teams up with a bunch of other people. Eventually, you have a full party of 7.
A party of 7? That must be what the panels are. I realized I was yelling and quickly shut my mouth, but Shido nodded thoughtfully.
Yes, that must be it.
The 7 heroes. But I don't get it. Why is this guy the only one who's lit up?
We should report back to the other group and strategize. They must have found something by now.
We all agreed and headed back toward the statue and the other team. How big is this room exactly? That we can't talk to each other from across it. We met up again and began to exchange information. Alright, let's go over everything. The panels are the 7 adventurers from Samurai Fantasy VII. The only one that's lit up is the monk. The 5 buttons on the Nue are on the neck, head, legs, stomach, and tail. That's everything, right? Everyone nodded.
The panels in the statue must be connected somehow. But what does awaken to your destiny have to do with them?
Each one of us have to assume the role of a different class? This is tough. What does awaken to your destiny mean? As we thought, the soft hiss of gas filled the silence. We have to do something, and soon, or... I glanced down at the time. An hour had already passed. I could see everyone else was feeling the pressure too. All around the room were twitchy feet and bit lips.
Man, we're not going to get anywhere. I say we just go balls out and hit one of those buttons.
Huh? Oh, wait, stop! I tried to grab him, but he just shook me off.
Stop.
Shido dashed forward to try and stop him, but Mitarashi hit the button on the statue's leg before he could. Oh dear. Everyone froze. Huh? Well, he did something right. Accidentally, apparently, luckily. A bright chime echoed through the room as the light of the monk panel clicked off and the mage panel lit up.
Huh? And now the mage one's lit.
Yeah, it is.
Huh, see? Just gotta go for it. What are you all worried about anyway?
Oh.
Just don't do that again, alright? Hey, back off, cop. You're not the boss of me.
Before anyone else could stop him, Mitarashi smacked the button on the Nue's stomach. No!
Damn it, Mitarashi, what the hell?
He grabbed the other man by the collar and shook him. No, stop! I tried to shove them apart, but as I did... What was that sound? We did a bad thing. The mage panel. It turned red.
What?
There's more gas coming out of its mouth.
What?
Mitarashi and Shido leapt away from the statue, and I could see that the gas was indeed pouring out of its mouth much faster now.
You idiot. Do you realize what you just did? Were you even thinking? We're risking our lives with every move we make here. Jesus, I'm sorry. But hey, look at it this way. Now we've got some idea of what's going on with these buttons. Yes, I suppose so. But still, you need to learn to exercise a little restraint.
Mayoshi quietly raised his hand. Did you notice something?
Well, not so much notice as remembered, I guess.
What did you remember then?
In Samurai Fantasy VII, the Nue has a boss somewhere around the middle of the game. There's a sort of
trick to beating it.
A trick?
It's a weak versus arrow, but you can't hit it with an arrow unless you, set up the attack first. First, the monk hits the legs with a special attack, then stops it. Then your mage hits the tail, which keeps it from casting spells. Finally, you use the hunter to attack with his bow. Monk, mage, hunter. There's a panel for each one here, right? Oh, so that's why the monk panel was lit up. Mitarashi just got lucky and pressed the right button. And now the mage one's lit up. Ah, so when the stomach button was pushed incorrectly, the panel turned red. Probably.
So, the next step would be...
Which button are we supposed to press next? Why am I choosing? Shouldn't we just ask Mayoshi again? He knows very well, apparently, but our answer is the tail, and I actually did remember that. The tail should be next.
Right you are, Missy. Even the best headline means squat if you're not carrying the heavy weight of the truth. Use your noggin and the truth's your friend. I think you may have a bit of promise.
Ooh, I gained some love with him, apparently. Okay, sounds like the tail's probably right. Very well. I shall push the button. The tail, correct? Ah, because he's the mage. When Urabe pushed the button on the statue's tail, a small chime sounded.
Uh-huh. The red light on the mage's panel is turned off.
When the mage's panel turned off, the hunter panel lit up. It's on the hunter now. You were right, Mayoshi. Awesome. And now there's only one more button to push. He let out a long, shaky sigh of relief. Yeah, we've only got one button left, but which one? Mayoshi had said the hunter attacked last, but he hadn't said where. Well, we've already attacked the leg and the tail, so that leaves us with 3 options. It didn't take long for the others to come to the same conclusion, of course.
The next button is the last one, but which button is it? You, Mayoshi. Where does the hunter attack this thing?
Mayoshi shook his head slowly.
Sorry, I don't remember.
What a time for you to be forgetting!
What? You gotta be kidding me!
Don't be too hard on him. Who's going to remember every single detail of a big game like that? So we just gotta guess? Uh-oh. If we get it wrong, the guess is gonna fill up the room, right? Can't we just push them all real fast? This is bad. If Mayoshi couldn't remember, though, there wasn't a whole lot we could do. Then suddenly Shirabe spoke up.
Attack with a bow. Bow. Wait.
He was mumbling to himself and tapping his forehead with his fingers. Is this some sort of nervous habit? He was doing it before, too.
In the tale of Heike, Minamoto no Yori-sama killed a Nue with a bow passed down to him by Minamoto no Yorimitsu. That's probably where the gang got it. If Minamoto's slaying of the Nue and Yoshitoshi's new forms of 36 monsters, the Nue is shot in the neck.
You're right. I think it was the neck.
Okay, so the button on the neck is the one we should press next.
Wow, Shirabe sure knows a lot of stuff.
Very well. I shall push the button on the neck.
As he spoke, Urabe leaned over and pressed the button. One puzzle down, I thought. But... nope, has to be the right person. What?
But, why is the hunter's panel red?
Because the hunter didn't press it. Which one of us is the hunter? The gas was also coming out of the Nue's mouth faster than before.
Damn it. What did we do wrong? That should have worked.
None of us had the answer. It should have worked. Shido was right. So what happened? Something's off. Wouldn't it be... is it Shido or... Mayoshi? I would think one of those two would be the hunter. I couldn't shake the feeling that we'd missed some important part of the puzzle. I ran the announcement we'd heard earlier over and over in my head. What am I missing from that announcement? Explosive Insight. The Explosive Insight system helps you solve problems with the power of your mind. Pick the words and phrases that stand out by setting bombs up to 3 of them. If one of your choices was right, then a flash of inspiration will bring the solution to your conundrum. Okay. I think the announcement said, awaken to your destiny and slay the demon Nue. Fail to slay the Nue and die by its poison. What am I doing? I'm so confused. Awaken to your destiny! Insight incited. We still haven't figured out what awaken to your destiny is supposed to mean. Could that be the hint we need?
Of course. We were so caught up in thinking about the game, we forgot the announcement. It was very insightful of you to notice that. Well, if you awaken to your destiny, then that means you figure out what it is, right?
I think this is it. We're finally going to beat this puzzle.
Well, the panels with those pictures on them need a closer look. Maybe they've got something to do with awakening to our destiny.
I just thought of something.
Well, spit it out, Wakaso.
You said that in that samurai fantasy game, you have a party of 7 people, right?
Yeah.
So, they put 7 panels here for the party, and there are 7 of us, so you think maybe there's a connection?
You're right. Count Hogstein did call us heroes. Maybe each of these panels represents one of us. Of course, to awaken to our destiny, we have to determine which panel corresponds to which person.
That has to be it. So if Mitarashi and Urabe pushed the buttons earlier, then they have to be the monk and the mage, right?
Huh. Well, I do have the sweet abs of the guy who just trains all day. But how's this dude a mage?
Are you kidding me?
Perhaps because of how we look. Huh? What do you mean? I believe we must take into account our personalities and appearance, instead of simply looking at our actual careers.
He was right. Mitarashi definitely seemed like a martial monk, and Urabe clearly looked like someone who used magic. Then who's the hunter?
Come on, it's obviously this guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Me. Why am I the hunter? Well, you're a cop, right? That means you got a piece.
He grinned, making a gun with his hand, and pretended to fire. Oh, well, if that's the case...
All right. Huh? Wait, that was a joke.
What? Before anyone could stop him, Shido reached over and pressed the button on the neck. Everyone gasped. Ah! The flow of gas from the Nue's mouth suddenly stopped. Look, the statue's moving. Why is everything shaking? It slid slowly to the side, revealing a staircase leading down to a lower floor. And there we're going to go ahead and end the video. We solved the first puzzle, yay! Well, yeah, first puzzle, but that doesn't mean the whole attraction's been conquered. There's probably more trials and tribulations along the way in this attraction. So, hope to see you in the next video to continue on our Samurai Fantasy 7 adventure. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.